work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
Ready?
Again, it's Garendo.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Well, he's picking up where he left off last week, a tackle for loss there. And remember, coming off the end a week ago, 4 of them.
And I like how you said picking up, because that means he's probably using his hands really well. I know people don't think about it a whole lot. He's got to use those to control the people trying to block him, shed them, and get to the ball carrier in the offensive backfield.
3rd and 8.
Let's go. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Let's go.
They go play action. Daniels.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisioned something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
Yeah, this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And that one into the hands of Brown downfield.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else?
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get it! Cap 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
Throwing now is Daniels.
This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Go! Viking 18! Viking 18!
On the give, it's Garendo. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
That's straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Pat to 60. Pat to 60. Hut, hut.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready, ready.
They'll run here with a rookie. And not a whole lot there. He does get a cut there, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
19, Tiger, 19. Ready.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 7. Burt sets up to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. You talk about this Washington defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Great. Hey, let's go. Trimmer. Delta.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fights forward at the 20.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Great.
Hurts.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
180. 73.
Throwing is Hurts.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Ready.
Handoff here, Guendo. Down the sideline he goes. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line.
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
19, Charger, 19.
Right back to him on first down.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Isaac Guendo, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
There's 17. Eagles nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And this one too low.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force in the completion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. To throw is Daniels.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Now Daniels.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Daniels looking to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. His pass caught at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Okay, ready? Come on, come on. Hit! 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold them to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving them the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Galindo.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
They'll run with Galindo.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. Let's go.
And here's a handoff.
No, bottle that fumble. It's out. It's loose.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, is continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
No touchdown.
They'll look to throw here. It's complete to Brown, right side. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and a yard.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They have punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 48-yard line.
No touchdown. 180. Get it. No touchdown.
Now back to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. Trim.
Back to throw here.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaped down and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Great, set.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Great, set. Go Silver, ready?
Back to throw again.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at that 18-yard line.
Ready? Ready, ready.
A handoff running right, Garindo.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hut, hut.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
Out to his left.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A very solid gain of 27.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Here's Daniels.
Well, he's going to go for it all. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got to find a chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Trimmer.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take possession of the football and have it at their 36-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Come on. Hit. 60 Eagles. Let's go.
To the air goes Daniels. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Crack up.
Throwing now is Daniels. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington going to send out their punter.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. And they're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Yeah, he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
31 yards. First down, Eagles.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10.
At the 32-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Over the middle here to Brown.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line.
And an Eagle 1st down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7.
Makes the score. Commanders 20, Eagles
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Get it.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmons.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. They'll look to throw now on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Throwing is Hurts. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On the throw, letting too much that time. It's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Trimmer. There. Yeti. Like a hornet.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. And now here's another interception. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Here's Guerrero on first down.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all game long. Now 2nd and 3. To throw is Daniels. And that one too wide, and
end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL. But if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game.
Pass caught. It's Lane with it.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
10 yards there. Good for a Washington first down.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Cougar 19.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And he's got it. Touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the Commanders are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year.
The Commanders will line up for the two-point conversion.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Makes the score. Commanders 28, Eagles 7. Gay to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way the opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And 6 DBs on the field for Washington on third down. Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with career touchdown number 60.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
Makes the score. Commanders 28.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Here's first down.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15.
Back to throw. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Here's second down.
Set.
They'll set up to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
He'll drop to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Set.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Ready. Red. 38. Ready.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
So it's the Commanders who come away with a win, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their second-year quarterback.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdowns.